I believe in me.
I believe in me.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Stand strong. You are powerful.
Stand strong. You are inspiring.
We are fighters. We are ambitious.
We are extraordinary. We are conquerors. Simply straight talk, our voices will be heard.
This is Simply Straight Talk. Tune in now, you don't want to miss out. Real conversation, plenty motivation. Keep you thinking and still entertaining. Yeah, I know that you'll enjoy the mottos. Free your voice, it's your choice. Hosted by Reggie B, but you already know. And you gotta check them out and how we roll. Hey, ain't nothing off the table. Give it to you straight. Changing your mindset, talking past mistakes. You ain't gotta wait, time to take off. This is Simply Straight Talk.
Welcome to the Simply Straight Talk podcast. It's Melissa, and you're listening to a podcast about real life. And you know, between me, Reggie, and Angelique, it's about to get real. Each week, we deliver the best hard-hitting topics on relationships, mental health, parenting, business, and anything else that promotes self-care while keeping it real. We care about what affects you. Now let's start this show.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Simply Straight Talk podcast. This is your man Reggie saying what's up everybody. Appreciating all the love and support. You know, we just try to keep it real. Having good conversations that I hope that anybody who's listening is getting something from. There's no hate here. There's no bitterness. This is all about self-growth. This is all about learning from our mistakes. That's why this whole podcast was created. So people can talk about the things that they have been through, share some things that I get permission from other people to say like, hey, you know, this is where I made my mistakes in life and this is where I can do better. Sometimes our topics are just about being able to do better, connecting with people who need to connect with another voice that just understands that nobody's perfect, man. We all falter. We all have our flaws, but there is definitely a way to be better and become better in life. So today we're going to kick it off with another dating episode. I know y'all ask about Melissa and Angelique. I promise you, this time is on me. Me and Angelique tried to set up something. Melissa asked me for a list of topics. I ain't got around to nothing because I've been tripping. No, I've just been busy, man. I've been busy. So I'm just trying to get some things organized and straightened out. But yes, I have not forgotten about the ladies because I know y'all would not let me forget about the ladies. And like to me, it's like it's family, man. Like Melissa and Angelique are like family. So definitely going to get them back on. We're going to set everything back up. As you see, we getting back on track because everybody got things going on. Y'all know we out here hustling. We hustling. But today's show, I want to talk about 5 things that men may see as a red flag from women. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to go over a couple things. Not only am I just going to say why these things may be red flags to men, but I'm going to give a little bit of an explanation as to why men may see these things as a red flag. Because this will help to kind of give a little bit more clarity. This is not to point fingers. This is not to insult or accuse women of anything. When Melissa and Angelique come back, we'll talk to them. I'm going to see if I'm going to have them do nothing. I'm going to ask them if they're willing to do like 5 things that women see as red flags for men. Because I don't think it's right for me as a man to try to tell women what their red flags are for men. Because number one, I love my ladies and I can't speak for women. I don't want to speak for women. But as a man who dates women, I can tell you some of the things that I have come to know or some of the things I have observed from people I know that has now become like, hey, this is a red flag. So I just want to share that with the listeners. So don't take it personal, but please, please, please do comment, man. Share your feedback on the discussions of the show. Share your feedback on this topic. So now, we're going to jump into this because we're talking about 5 things that some men may see as a red flag for women. Now, these are in no particular order. I'm just going to count them off as I go down, but this is not a particular order. But the first one is going to be when a woman says, my son or little man is my husband and the man of the house. Let me tell you, this normally comes from women where it is a single mother and she's raising a son. And I get it. It's a woman trying to maybe empower her son, make her son feel, or this could be her idea of, letting him know that he's a man. But the problem is, he's not a man. He's a little boy. He's a little kid. He should not have that expectation or that responsibility on his shoulders. Because number one, when you're telling a kid or somebody like, you're the man of the house, that means you're the protector. That means you're the provider. So you're really going to put that on a 5 to 8-year-old kid, even a 15-year-old kid? It's okay to say, you know what? This is my son, and he's a contributor to this household. But telling him that he is the man or your husband, which I've heard women say, well, my son is my husband. First off, that's weird. It's weird. Okay, it's really weird. Okay, and you got to think, what are the implications of this? When a child is thinking, well, my mom is my wife. I'm my mom's husband. I'm her husband. And I have literally heard a child tell a man, okay, story time. We were having a cookout, right? So my boy, he had met this lady that had been kicking it for a little while. So the first time he was going to meet her son and her daughter was at the cookout. He invited them over because it was a friendly family atmosphere. They can hang out with the other kids. She would get a chance to see some of his friends, some of his family. Okay. Now, the thing about it is we're sitting there, okay? Because you know how we do at our cookouts. It's got to be some prayer going on. It's a lot of laughter, everybody talking, kicking it, got the spades going, the dominoes going. All right, so when we sit down to eat, we got this nice long table. She sits down next to him. Her kid sits down next to him. So, I got to put my boy K on the spot. K said, so, hey man, your lady seems really nice. It's good to have you here. Her son says, this is not his lady. My mom is my lady. I'm her husband. I'm the man. And everybody looking like, oh shit. We ain't had no drama, but a little man trying to set it off up in here. But everybody understood he was a little kid. And she said, like, yeah, baby, you my husband. You the man of our house. And I sat there when I heard this and I was thinking, he gonna catch hell. He gonna catch hell in this situation. Because clearly the mother never explained the true role of a man in the house to her son. What a husband really is to a wife. So this little kid now, he's about 6, 7 years old, is thinking that he's fulfilling this role. Because when you think about husband, not only are you thinking about the provisional part, not only are you thinking about the protection part, but you're thinking about the sexual part. Now, I'm not implying that took place. But as a kid, you're watching TV and you see husband, wife roles on TV. What happens when that kid thinks that he should be emulating that with the parent, with the mother? But it ended up creating a bit of tension between the two. And needless to say, 3 weeks later, they were broke up. He simply couldn't do it. He was like, I can't do it. He said, because I'm having to fight with this little kid. Like, he questioning me like I'm a kid. Like, he's an adult and I'm a kid. That's how the kid was talking to him. And I understood the mother was trying to be the barrier in there. And she was basically saying that he had to understand. Now, this is her mouth. Her mouth was saying that he needed to understand that was her only son, and she wanted him to be a real man, and she trying to raise him like that. But yet you got this little kid questioning grown ass men, and you think they're gonna stand for that? Because when they broke up, she was like, I don't understand. I thought he was strong. I said, and I tried to explain it to her, but she wasn't really trying to hear me. I said, listen, I said, you got him in the house competing with your son for the role of a man. She said, but they both men. I said, no. I said, he's a little kid. He's not a grown-ass man. He ain't paying no bills. He's not your husband. He ain't getting your car fixed. And he was doing that stuff. He really did love this woman, but he simply could not put up with the whole mentality and husband and little man of the house thing that she had going on, that he was the little man of the house. She couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He was like, it's too much. He said, all we do is argue. He said, if I'm sitting in there with her, he's mouthing off to me. He's saying this, saying that, and she thinks it's cute. And that's what it was. She thought it was all cute. But a grown-ass man don't see that as cute. He see that as disrespectful. And I think sometimes, little side note, I think parents see the things their kids do and say, this is cute. But somebody on the outside is saying, no. That's going beyond cute. That's disrespectful. And that's the attitude that she had. So she went for a while before she could actually get into a relationship. And even her son end up having issues because he end up trying to control the house. When he got to the age of like 16, 17, he was trying to control the house. Then she had to backtrack on everything that she was saying. That's what I'm saying. Red flag, red flag. When they come out with, my son, my little man is my husband or the man of the house, red flag, run. Go ahead and throw that white towel in and surrender that. Because nobody wants that drama. The second one. This man I know will always be in my life. I get it. We all have people that we know of the opposite sex that we may have as friends. Like, there's 3 women I know that we're close friends. Never any sexual, never any love interest. We're just cool friends. And we can bounce stuff off of each other. And the same thing with me, Angelique, and Melissa. I can talk to them. I can tell them stuff. And it's between us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can talk to them too. They're 2 women, I can tell them stuff. We've told each other stuff. But here's the thing about it. I still respect and understand that there is a boundary that I know when Angelique is with her man, right? I don't message her. I don't bother her. It ain't because our conversations is a secret. It's because I respect him and I respect her. I want her to have a good relationship. Same thing with Melissa. I don't do things to make it seem like, oh, I'm mad because she's on a date, or I gotta talk. Well, what's up, Melissa? I'm calling them at odd times of the night, stuff like that. I don't do stuff like that because they're my friends. And as my friends, I respect them. And if I truly care about them, I'm not going to do anything to put them in a situation or say crazy stuff or make false insinuations in a conversation to make it seem like something, to put something in another guy's head so that he'll be like, oh, okay, well, something going on. I don't want to fool with you. And guys, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about when that takes place. You know that happens. You know it. But the thing about it is, there's a big difference between a woman getting into a relationship with a guy and a woman saying, well, this is my friend and he ain't going nowhere and you just going to have to accept it. And, this guy spends the night at the house, calls at 9, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, I tell you a good one. Who said it? It was a comedian that made a joke about that. I'm trying to remember what show it was. They talked about that because they were saying that any phone calls after 8 o'clock is booty call. Dang it, if I can only think of the name of the comedian that made that joke. Oh, man, was it a TV show? I'm thinking it was a TV show. I can't remember. But anyway, they was basically talking about, you calls at 8 o'clock, and they was like, yeah, anybody who calls after 8 o'clock is a booty call. If you call me, probably was it Big Jaw? I don't know. But it was basically saying that anytime somebody calls after 8 o'clock, it's a booty call. So the thing about it is, you know what time is disrespectful. You know if somebody's in a relationship with somebody else. Like I said, if a woman has a male friend that she's known for a while and they are cool, there's a way to say like, hey, this is my friend. We're cool. There's no dating. We never tried to date, because there's a big difference now. Let's be clear. There's a difference between, yes, I know this person. I'm not calling them a work husband or work wife. I know this person. We have been friends. We talk about stuff, but nothing has ever been sexual. Nothing has ever been about dating or trying to get to know each other on that level. It's always been work or just friendship. That's it. We talk about movies. We talk about life, politics, stuff like that. We talk about what's going on. And we never talked about getting it on, because that was never an intent of the relationship. So that's the thing you got to be mindful of when you are telling somebody, especially when a woman tells a man, this man gonna be in my life forever, and you, in the way it can come across like, okay, so basically he has more say so than me. He's your go-to guy. So what am I really to you? Because it seems like you value that person more than you do me. So that's why I say, I know I went roundabout with that, but that's why I say, when a woman said this man will always be in my life, and if you say anything about him, we're gonna have a problem. That's why it creates a level of jealousy and insinuates that there's more there than just a friendship. Because any man who really is just a friend with a woman will be respectful of her time, of her personal life, and the fact that she's dating somebody and she's happy and it's a good, healthy relationship. He's not going to try to do anything to cause problems. The next thing is a contentious or dramatic woman. Red flag. Damn, that's a red flag. If you're dealing with a woman who is like just argumentative, everything is over the top. They thrive on drama. They thrive on just combative conversations. Like everything is an argument. It's like they can't go through a day without some type of argument. Like the simplest things. Now, it's okay if you guys are having fun debates, and that is the nature of your personality. You're laughing, you're joking. But when everything is a quarrelsome, a correction, you know what I'm saying? Everything is dramatic. You open the door for a woman, all of a sudden, oh, you opened that door with a smile, didn't you? It's just all that type of crap, man. Red flag, because no man wants to deal with that. I did a post about that when I talked about the fact that one of the key important aspects for a man is peace, especially in the home, in their relationships. Men do not like to get involved with dramatic people. Men don't like dramatic women. And I'm talking about real men. Men who thrive on drama, who thrive on, like women who thrive on drama. Men don't go for that. They don't go for that. That's just not their thing. They don't want to be a part of it. They don't want to deal with it. Men like peace. So an argumentative and dramatic woman will push a man away so fast. That is like a huge red flag. Because every time you go out, you're going to be expecting and knowing that there's going to be some drama popping off somewhere. Or if you walk in the house and one thing doesn't go her way, all of a sudden it's going to be an argument. Just a quarrelsome person. No man wants to deal with that. Now the next one I think is really important. When your value and life goals are not in alignment with each other. And I see this all the time because people get into relationships. And here's the thing. We talk about what food you like. You talk about what type of clothes you like, what type of movies and music and all this stuff that you like. But people really don't talk about their values or their life goals. There's a big difference between somebody who's, to be in a relationship with somebody And now you've fallen head over heels in love. You've been together and it's going on 7, 8 months. And you're just sitting down one night. You know what? What do you want to do 5 years from now? Oh, well, I've been saving my money because I'm already preparing to buy a house in Alaska. But I want to live in California. I don't like the cold. But I want to live in Alaska. But I don't like the cold. That's why I want to go to California. Well, it just snowed in California. And you get plenty of snow in Alaska. So there's sun, but it's only a couple hours a day. When you don't have your values and life goals aligned with each other, it's very hard because it ends up being a situation to where one person is not even a compromise, it's making a sacrifice. So it's a person who's been saving all this money, who had this dream of living in Alaska because that has been their dream, is now living in California. They're now upset and they're not really happy. So it's not a compromise, it is a sacrifice because they use their resources to help fund this relationship, and it could turn into resentment. They are not happy. People get into relationships and don't realize that, oh, well, I really wanted to start my own business, so I was going to quit my job in 2 years. Now, you know, starting a business not only takes money, which people don't seem to think it does, but it do. It takes money. But also the thing you got to remember is when you talk about starting a business, there's that period to where the business is not really profitable. So if you're in a relationship, you're now putting this extra on your mate to maintain everything until the business starts showing profit. Now, it's one thing if you two have had that conversation and your life goals are in alignment. You understand they want to start a business and you're saying, okay, go ahead. We're going to start planning and saving and doing this to get it off the ground. And that's where we'll be stable until the business is profitable. And here's a fallback in case it doesn't work. That's one thing. But if a person just comes out of the blue 2 or 3 years down the line and say, yeah, I'm going to start a business. So it's going to be rough, but, you know, everything will be okay. And the other person like, oh, what the hell? We got bills. We're supposed to be getting married. You know, so there's these different things, different values, different goals. One person is a Christian, one person is an atheist. Maybe one person is Muslim, one person is Wiccan. Because people don't really talk about things in depth to really understand. People ask general vague questions. You know, do you have faith? Yeah. In what? You ever heard somebody doing a prayer and you got people like me? I don't judge nobody, man. Do what you do. But you got people like me, like, Heavenly Father, I thank you for that grace, that mercy, and that strength. I believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But then when you hear somebody praying, yeah, I just want to give thanks to the universe and just acknowledge that the universe, and your eyes open like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, bro, we don't do that up in here. We do not do that up in here. We thank God and Jesus. Okay? But making sure your values and life goals are, if they're not in alignment with each other, that's a problem. That's a real problem. Because like I said, it can turn into a situation to where compromise becomes a sacrifice, and sometimes sacrifice can lead to resentment. So you got to be mindful about that. So the next thing we want to talk about is entitlement. I call it the 60, 30, and 5 rule. When you meet a woman who's 60% entitlement, 30% expectation, 5% appreciation, and the other 5%, it ain't even there. It ain't even there. It ain't even there. But seriously, when you meet a woman who's 60% entitlement, 30% expectation, and 5% appreciation. And the reason it stops at 95 because the other 5% is in question. It's in question. When a person is 60% entitlement, their mindset is, because I am a woman, I am entitled to this. You will do this. You will maintain this. You will provide this because I am a woman. And the 30% is the expectation. It's the expectation. Entitlement and expectation are two different things. But because a woman has 60% entitlement as far as her mindset, the 30% is expectation. But there's only 5% appreciation for all the work that a man goes through to make sure she does get the things that he's able to provide. And the reason that 5%, that other 5% is void is because it doesn't exist. Because if he does not meet that 90%, then she bails. That 5% appreciation is nothing. It's nothing. You know, women have always been told that a man is supposed to bring this, do this. He's your provider. He's your protector. You should expect that. But it has gone beyond that to more so entitlement. Like, I'm entitled to a man who makes six figures. I'm entitled to a man who has this huge house. I'm entitled to this man who's going to fly me around the world, put me on nice trips. I'm entitled to a Real Housewives of Atlanta lifestyle. That's what a lot of women see and expect from men. But the appreciation is 5%. Only 5% of what they give is actually appreciation. And the rest is nothing. That other 5% doesn't exist. It's sad to say, but it's true. A lot of women have been influenced by social media to where they have that 60% entitlement, 30% expectation. And when women are asked, what do you bring to the table? Now, this is not all women, just some. But that's why a lot of women become really offended when they're asked, what are you bringing to the table? Because men have always had to prove that. Men have always had to prove that if they were going to marry a woman, what do you have? What are you bringing? Tell me about your family. Like, men have always had to do that. Women just had to show up. That's why a lot of women today, when they are asked, you know, what are you bringing to the table? Me, myself, my body, me. But it's so much more to it. Because in reality, men and women should be bringing emotional wellness and support for each other. That should be at the forefront of the table. Can you bring that? Can you bring endurance? And a lot of people cannot do that because they want ready-made relationships with the money and everything already in place. They want that 60% entitlement, 30% expectation, 5% appreciation. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is something, and this is probably my top. Overexposure of her body on social media. As we know that oftentimes when people decide that they want more views, they want more likes, they'll really utilize social media. And they start doing that by, okay, I need my followers to go up. So you will see women, well, some women, I'm going to say all, because I did shout out to those women who are able to use their original creativity, elegant and classy, without feeling like they have to disrobe themselves to get quality people following and listening to them. But some women do feel like, I want more likes because social media pays based on how many followers you have. They're trying to get to that influencer status. So you will have some women who will actually go to bed in nothing but their panties and bra on social media so people can watch them. They will sit around and do lives in nothing but like a bikini. They will also wear very sexual or, exposing, revealing outfits. There are women who will actually be cleaning their house in like a little, I don't know women's clothes. But have you ever seen one of those little lingerie outfits where it doesn't come all the way down to her butt, only half of her butt is covered, so when she bends over, it's exposed? You'll see a lot of that, and they'll be wearing like a thong or some really skimpy panties. And here's the thing, and the reason why I say this, because yes, you may be getting a lot of attention from men, but what you will find is that many men do not see the value of you because they feel like you have been overly exposed. You have shown so much of your body. And especially now, let's talk about businessmen. Okay? Let's talk about the hardworking 9-to-5 professional, real men who carry themselves as men. One thing that they don't want is for the woman that they're with, for other guys to walk up and say, oh, shoot, yeah, man, I saw your girl. Yeah, them thighs. She got that birthmark right there on her right butt cheek. Yeah, boy. I wanted to lick that birthmark. You know, it's things like that that make men see the woman in a different perspective. Because when they look at you and they're following you, they're not following for what you're saying. They're not following you because of your intellect. They're not following you because of your knowledge. They're following you because you're creating an environment of lust. Those are the type of people you are attracting. Those who are looking for the perverted moments or the lustful moments. But then, not to judge you. You have every right to post and do what you want to do on your social media. But the thing about it is, you cannot get mad at men who say things to you when you are presenting yourself out there. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is you are creating that atmosphere and targeting that audience. So how can you get mad at the men you are targeting for making the comments that they make when you're putting yourself out there like that? Me, myself, I love an intellectual woman. I love a woman that can have a conversation about different things. I love a woman who can make me stop in my point of view and like, damn, she got a good point. And we can kind of laugh because she knows I got him. I like that. See, that's what turns me on. That's what makes me attracted to a woman. I don't have to be smarter than her. She don't have to be smarter than me. But we're able to engage and have intellectual conversations on different things. Be it something silly as cartoons or music or, a tree, a rock. But then again, we're able to stimulate each other intellectually, which makes me more sexually attracted because she's bringing more to the table. To me, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's attractive to me. Because to me, there's a difference between any woman can be sexy. I'm going to tell you that. Any woman can be sexy, but very few can be beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? Sexy. You can dress sexy. You can buy all of the undergarments and little hidden things to make yourself sexy physically. But beauty, the beauty of a woman is her mind, her heart. You cannot buy that from the stores. From the beauty shops, you can't buy it. From the hair salons, you cannot buy that. That's why I say there's a difference between a woman that's sexy and a woman that's beautiful. And I love a beautiful woman who can articulate herself, has intellect, can carry herself, who can go to a ball game, even if she don't like the ball game. She can go to a ball game. But then again, can rock a formal symphony, a ballet, a formal dinner. We can go to a 5-star. We can go hit Marcel's in D.C. Or we can go chill at Golden Corral. Either one, baby. Hey, man, but that's it for today's show. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is your man, Reggie. And today we talked about 5 things that some men may see as red flag from women. Hey, y'all drop your comments down below, man, and tell me, what are your thoughts about my list of 5 things? What is your list? Women, tell me, what is your list of 5 things? Or some of y'all might got about 100 things that you see from men as red flags. But please share. If you do, we'll drop it on the podcast, man. Holla at your boy. Peace.
That's it for this week's episode of the Simply Straight Talk podcast. Be sure to sign up to our email list at simplystraighttalk.com and follow us in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss our next episode. Wishing you a wonderful day from the Simply Straight Talk crew.